Hello guys, Susanna here. Well, I'm jumping on the Rachel doing a heart thing. I thought I'm making this as a gift for someone, and I thought it would be a nice idea. I've done hearts in the past. Got this one vintage heart which I made and put Susan Brad on there, and it's hanging over my bed. I had that on my shop for a while, like kits and stuff, and I made these ages ago, and it's hanging on a French quilt that I've made with French fabrics, and that's just a little template, and I had that on my website for ages too. But I wanted to make it a little smaller, so where's the template? So I just got a bit of cardboard and did Rachel's trick, and so here's my template, which I cut out, opened up. I sort of wanted it to be not quite as big as that one, but I do love that one. But that's more of a stuffed one. And here's also one I made years and years ago. The lady that was on I can't remember whether it was she was on Instagram or one of those. She did a vlog, and she had these, and they're just gorgeous. And this is from, I think, an egg cup, and it's a pincushion. But I wanted to show you, the inspiration that you can have. I just did, crazy patchwork, had that as the centre. Didn't do a lot of stitching on it. It was my slow stitch days. But I really do like it. I've got this tape. I probably might use some of that tape on there as well. Okay, so yeah, I think it just looks good. So I was sort of putting that aside, get a bit of inspiration from that, But when I saw it, I thought, well, I've got to make one for a friend, so why not film it? And it's a great idea to do something like this. Beautiful. So I've got bits and pieces that I've got from my stash. I wanted to sort of do reds and stuff. I dug out the little scraps and bits and pieces. I really like this lily, and once again, this is Lily, because Susanna is Lily. So I'm going to probably put that there, make sure that it covers. So give me a look. Just a little bit, I'll just do a little, so I've got a bit of an idea of where it's going. There we go, on the top there. I drew around it. Here's another piece. Yeah, you can sort of see, I sort of drew around it because I want to stitch around that, and actually probably do a bit of slow stitching and embellishing on that, like I'm currently doing on Corinne's piece. I really like the colours I've done on there. Where are we? Where are you? So I'll probably do that. Still working on it. Yeah, had to making a gift, so I thought I'd just all this stuff I needed to do in between. And when I saw that, I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. So I'll probably do those sort of colours on here. And I also went to the vintage market the other day, and I got this. Look at this, isn't that beautiful? So sort of motifs, leaf motifs, and they're like all little heart shapes. So I'm going to pinch some of that. I wanted to go into like the reds. This is a Tilda, and it just sits in there perfectly. So I'm probably going to put that there. Whether I put that over the top, I don't know. Probably underneath, because it's sort of sitting there like that. But I just love the colour. So have it move it over. Do what Rachel's did. Just start pinning. Excuse my where is my pin cushion? I've got so many things on the go, it's ridiculous. But thought since I'm doing it and Rachel has done it, you know, might as well get the inspiration going. And I'll just do a raw edge one like her as well. I think that will go over, and I make it go over a little bit too, like what she has done, because it does pull. So definitely want to have some of that on there, because I like that inspiration. Colours on that are gorgeous. So yeah, I thought I've got some of that beautiful French fabric, so I want a couple of just plain pieces. Just chucking in bits and pieces that I've got. Kind of like that edge, the edge colour, but you may not see it. There we go. Have it right on the edge there, and then have it going across there. Here's a beautiful French piece of fabric, which I think goes really nice. I found this too, and I thought, oh, that might be nice to cut out and put in the corner, because it's got a bit of yellow in there. So maybe incorporate that somewhere. To make sure that I put the you know, some of the red in there too, because that's the colour I want. Whether it's going to be too red, I don't know. It's just colour for now. Have it going over that. Okay. I've got a bit of this pink, which I quite like, and I like that. I don't want to go the white, because I want to have vintagey fabrics, because that's what I'm about. And do the darker pink. That will be cut. So I could probably go on a bit of an angle. Okay, we'll see with that one. Still not sure about that, but by the time we cut this little guy out and put that in the corner, and you've got a little bit of that, I may cover that. I think that's too much. Don't mind the green. But I'm not after the blue so much. Yeah, just get out your little bits and pieces. I do like that. It's probably a bit too solid a colour. You can see. I don't know. I do like that. I don't know. I think I'm going to toss that. Put a bit of that going across. What else we got? I've got this, which I really like. It's vintagey piece that I got from an old doona. And there's a bit of green in there, which I do like. Got these fabrics from Doll's House Vintage. Kind of like that. A little piece, but it is pretty. I think that's going to be a layer over the top, personally. Just a little piece as a colour. I'm just going to give it an iron. Chuck that in there somewhere. Wonder if it can go in the middle, but it needs something underneath that. If you know what I mean, I need something to cover that as well. I think that just needs to be like that, maybe. I do have this, whether I can do that in the corner. Oh, that's kind of pretty. I do like that. Probably too much. Having that's better. Yeah. Okay, just going to cut that off. I haven't got a great deal of that. That's what I used in my top, and I think it is beautiful. Needs something underneath there. It's such a thin piece, but I really like it. I wonder if I can put that on top of each other. Have that there. On top, maybe. Okay, going like that. Then there we go. And then I could probably just have a solid, reckon that colour. Either a solid, that, nope, that. It's red, but not quite red. There you go, there, everything. Sometimes it's nice to have. I'll just cut it on all sides with this, that way no matter where it lands, it's got that. And if we go in a little bit and do that, Just wanting the colour. I think he thinks that works. I've either got to have that or I've got this. And I cut the corners off for something else, but I'm going to use these bits and pieces, and I'm thinking I might cut out that. It's so pretty, isn't it? But I'm going to use it. That can be used for something else. Okay. And I had that as well, but no. What I might do is, I'd like to put a little, like a thing on the back, you know, saying handmade with love by Susanna. And I might just make a little, I think I used to have a little tag somewhere that I could do that with, but see, I've got some check. I reckon that'll work. We'll put something up there. Okay, we're going to be pinning. We'll pin and then cut and have a look how that's going to work. Okay. Put that away. Put this away. This away. This. There. Yes. It's a red, but it's sort of not a red. Okay. Now, that pink might be the only thing that probably doesn't go, but we'll work with it. Yeah, there we go. Oh. And it always looks funny until you get it all pinned down. I love these. Move that over because it needs to go over a little bit. I like that it's got the balance of that creamy colour on this side because it needs it, because there's cream on that side. Yep. Okay. Going to pin a little bit more here and in the middle. I think this is just on the edge. I might pin that with one of these, and we'll put another pin in here. At least now I'm starting to be able to hold it. Okay. So, still not 100% sure on that. It's probably about the only thing I'm not too sure on. Maybe if I did that, it might look better. Yeah, I think so. So that means this has to go over a little bit. Ugh, typical. Because it's got to go underneath. How many pins have I got on there? Have it going there, that going down. So we still have a little bit. I sort of want something plain because I was thinking of putting a you know, a SE in a laundry label. I've got those floating around somewhere, so I'll put that on there. There we go. Here we go. I think that's better. Oh, sore thumb. Okay. We'll have that something here. Let's do there. And in the middle. So, what we'll do, there's not a great deal of room. I might just leave it and maybe cut here. Just so I know where we're at a little bit. I can go in my stash of my other fabrics. This is beautiful, such beautiful fabric. Love it. And then that, just so I get a bit of an idea of the shape. Yeah, that's good. Wonder if I can bring that down a little. Or just take it out altogether and just leave it underneath, I think. You know when you're not 100% happy with something, just folding. Got these gorgeous fabric colours too. That's part of Rachel's stash. Just enough for me to put my laundry label down, because I definitely need something underneath this. So, and I want to see those little flowers. I think they're cute. There we go. Okay. Cool. Let's still be able to cut around that. Then I've got to do the old pull. There we go. And it needs to look rough. Okay. Good grief, too much of a perfectionist. Okay, in we go. I think I got too much of a chunk out of that, but it's okay. I'll just chuck that in there like this, and then I'm going to put the laundry label there, I think, to help cover that. It's going to go there because I like those. I think they're really cute. Now, so what we'll do is grab my trusty dusty, this guy, and move all these bits and pieces. How are we going for time? Ooh, it does look pretty. A little spot of pink is all right. I do like a little bit of green too, but you know. So we'll move those over, because I was thinking I wouldn't mind, you know, I want to add that, but that's the embellishing thing, and add a little bit of this. So, but this is just the first base. Now, excuse me, sniff, sniff. I'll grab the laundry label later, but for now, oh yeah, that's for on here. So I'm probably going to, I may stick that on there like that. I think that looks really good. So, still got some on here from when I was doing my rice bag, which I am going to go back to. This is just a quick stop because I need to quickly make it for someone. So now what I might do is I'm just going to do a quick invisible stitch around the outside just to hold it down and get rid of these jolly pins. What I may do is a quick, see how I've got this on my bowl, how I've got that. I may do that with some wool around the outside, you know, in places, or do a, I almost don't want to say the word, what's it called, blanket stitch, since it is around the blanket, but we could probably do a really close together blanket stitch. I'm feeling for the wool, because I want to, yeah, see, as it is, I've gone under. That's okay. So, just to go around, get rid of these jolly pins that are probably going to prick me. And yeah. So what I'll probably do today, because I'm stitching this on a Friday, which is when my friend Mel is coming over, so I'll stitch a bit with you here, like as in stitching it down, but I'm probably going to be stitching and doing some stuff behind the scenes today while she's here, and then I might turn it on again and have, you know, like show you the rest where I finish just quickly. Yeah, I loved how Rachel's turned out. They're just beautiful. I sort of semi-watched it as I'm preparing this, because you know, you get inspiration, and then I'm watching it as I'm getting bits and pieces out for this. So okay, I probably need to go closer to the edge. I might come back up here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, nice to make something personal that represents you, but you know, something you know that they would like to. Okay. And it's a lot of fun. It sort of reminds me of doing the move that out of the way, the bowls. That was great fun, sort of like doing it's like crazy patchwork. Once again, I'm feeling, just getting, see, just got there. I'm just trying to feel my way around. And once I've done the stitching, in the next video you'll see it a bit more closer to the edge. And so we've got little bits like that, which I probably will put some lace over, or some of that over. I like having the contrast of having, you know, cream on that side, cream on this side. it's good to have empty spaces. Like with Rachel had the hemp in this corner, so she was able to put a you know, an embroidery or whatever over there. I might put the rows on that, I think, the cross stitch rows. So okay, just enough to get rid of these. This is like right on the edge. That's okay. At least I don't have to cut that bit. And I think I need more thread. One more. You know, we're always pushing it. See, right on the edge. Such nice wool. I got this when I was did op shopping on my travels on the way through to Robinson, when I did the course with Rachel and Sarah, which was a lot of fun. Such a good piece of wool. Nice colour. Okay. So first it was the vases and then now it's the hearts. We have fads, don't we? Oh my goodness, look at this jolly thing. It's obviously a piece that I don't know why. There is another, there we go. So annoying. There we go, back to how it's supposed to be. Just one lot. Okay. So I'll finish doing the invisible stitching and then I'll turn it off. And then I'm going to work with my friend. I'll start here. So we don't have too much, well, not going to make that much difference, but I don't really want a knot on the end. Okay. Seems a little lacking. I want smaller ones. There we go. Move that. Move my scissors, which is annoying the heck out of me. Okay. And now it's flipping around there. Shush. I like having the crimping shears because it gives you that cute little edge in it. I'll be doing the stitches like I'm doing on my my jacket. Yeah, it's one of these things that got plenty of things to do, and I've still got but this is sort of an in-between job. What I might do, because it is moving, I'm nearly done, definitely want to stitch across there. No, put that back, hold that down with a pin because it's not staying down. So this might be the first thing I stitch. Is across there. Okay. Oop, my cat's snoring. She didn't get morning cuddles this morning. I didn't. It took me forever to get to sleep. I think we went to visit my husband's mum, or I call her mum, being married 35 years, so I called her mum. And she's now in a home because she's, having a fall and all that kind of stuff. Well, Brad's dad just turned 85, and mum is turning 85 at the end of this month as well. So they're both going to go in the home, and I am going to be going and helping Presley, which is Brad's brother, who has had to do all this work, being very busy, poor guy. But he's single and he's lived at home for years. He's got his own place, but he's had to move back just to help his mum and dad, and he got his dad in the home. And now because Brad's mum had a fall, and she's okay. She's not too bad mentally, but physically, she's not that well. Whereas Brad's dad's, the signs of dementia, but he's still pretty good. But he seems pretty healthy. Like when I see him, he looks healthy. Whereas, Brad's mum is not so healthy in the body, it's so sad. You've known her, she's been so independent all her life, and to see her like that, it is very sad. That's what Brad, my husband, was saying. He said it's just not mum. And I think a lot of you guys can probably relate. In a way, it was a real blessing for me. My parents died younger, so I didn't have to see that, when they were really old and not themselves anymore. Because she was always, she drove up until she could. Very, very independent lady. So, that's hard to watch your parents deteriorate. And, I get it. So, poor Presley is pretty tired because he's been basically a permanent carer for him for a while. And as much as you don't like having to put him in a home, he just can't. He doesn't have the facilities if she falls, and, it's your mum, and you don't, want to be having to shower your mother when you're a bloke, he's 50. So, because you'd feel very uncomfortable. Whereas if she's in a home, she's got that proper care, and her home's different. They're not in the same home, which is not a bad thing, because, they didn't always get along. She was, my husband says, and I agree that they weren't the best as a couple, but they were good parents. Like, she was, a really good grandma to my boys, and so was Brad's dad. But they didn't always get along together, which sometimes happens. Okay, I'm just doing some invisible stitches to cover up, and it doesn't really matter. We'll probably put an embellishment over this piece. Yep, it certainly makes you think of your mortality when you see it. And I think Brad's mum might have been my age when I first came into the family. So, and she was very sprightly and all that kind of stuff. I don't consider myself old. I'm only 55, so So that's how she was. So, and being part of the family for over 35 years. So, okay, we're going to go back up here. I'll leave that open because I'm going to stick the thing in there, and I am going to stitch this down really close to the edge. Oh, see, this is why we do invisible stitching, because it's painful. That's what a lot of these things are from. I've got a permanent, you know, constantly jabbing myself there. Shock it. So, okay, we'll do this. Push this down. Do a quick, you know, sit and stitch with Susie now. I've got, you know, some stories to tell. So, yeah. So, I am going to be at Brad's parents' place with helping Presley clean up the house, and you know, he's done a great job on the outside, and you know, sort through Mum's clothes and all that kind of stuff. She's got so many clothes, so she's not going to be wearing that many clothes with her. He's taken a lot of stuff into the home with her, so I'm just going to sort through them and put her 1,000,001 ornaments probably in a box. Get the grandkids to have a look from, you know, if they want anything. I pinched a couple of gnomes from the garden because Mum loved gnomes, and yeah, just they remind me of her. Both my mum and Brad's mum were like 4'11", so they're real shorties, but Brad's mum has shrunk, and she shrunk down to about 4'9" over the time, 4'10", 5'9", and they just remind me. And she's got gnomes everywhere, so we'll probably be cleaning them up as well. She's got all these ornaments in the yard, you know, to want to make the place look decent to sell, because we've all got our own place. So we've got our own home. Presley's got his own home, which he hasn't really been too much because he's been living in with his mum and dad. So yeah, make it look half presentable. Okay. And I thought, I always said to Brad, I'm keen for helping. Like, I want to help and do it because I know they were hoarders, both Brad, mum and dad. But I thought, I just don't want to do it while they're there. There's no way. Like, it just would be too hard. And, you know, they don't want stuff to go. And, no, I want to keep that. And it just makes you realise that, you know, what little that they have taken with them to the home, it's just stuff. Really is. And Brad's brother's like, you want this and that? And I'm like, no, really don't have the room. You know, we've got 4 adults living here. Yeah, don't really need it. Just a few sentimental things like, you know, the gnomes. Just sort of quirky little things that remind you of them. So, yeah, and that's about it, really. I think Brad, you know, pictures. Brad got something, you know, like a Brad's dad's 21st key, which he's got his name engraved, and it's sort of gone to the oldest son. So we'll put our oldest son's name on there as well. I'll probably put Geordie Lockie on there too, to be honest. Okay, now, yeah. So, that's looking good. So, that's what I was going to say. So I won't be around. I'm going there Sunday night, and staying there Monday night, and then, you know, cleaning Monday and Tuesday. And if I feel like it, I'll probably travel home Tuesday night, or just stay one more night and go home in the morning because I need to be home for Wednesday. Got a few things on. So, cook poor old Prez a home-cooked meal because he hasn't had one for ages. Poor bugger. Okay, now. Okay, a few pins there. I'm going to go along there. I wonder if we can take it out. I'm hoping I might do, yeah, I think we can. Maybe not here. We'll just do the old Susie trick. There we go. Things that aren't down yet, I'm just going to, see, I might do that with this too. Over the top. Okay, probably the only bit that really does need pinning is that. Look at me, pins everywhere. Okay. I appreciate everybody's lovely comments on the videos, like they're just being so lovely. You're good bunch of guys. If you haven't been told, you have now. You've got a great community and you are lovely people. And yeah, you know, that's what keeps you going to do it. It's not always easy getting content and, you know, opening yourself up to criticism, because a lot of people do. So when you get lovely encouraging comments, you know, it's very much appreciated. Okay, now I think we are done for that, and I will catch you in the next one. See, 46 minutes, me yabbering, just stitching. So I'll probably do a little bit more, and then I'll come back and show you a little bit more embellishment and all that kind of stuff. So it's probably going to be a couple of videos, because you've seen Rachel's. No worries, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you probably, I don't know what. I've got my rice bag, and I've got my top, my jacket. I've pretty much finished Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. I've still got to work on the flowers, but I mean, I will show you guys, because you know, she hasn't finished. She's got to show it. They've got to show us how to put it together. But I'm just working more on the floral. But everything else, all the other prompts are done. Just finishing off the floral, which is a lot of work, because it's all, you know, thread painted, and it's a lot. So no worries, guys. Thanks. Bye.